Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And we are live. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Let me turn this music down a little, lower the volume. Nice and sweetly, nice and gently. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. It's the original wrap-up show. Don't be tricked by any cheap imitations, which are a mere figment of your imagination. It's not real. Cue evil laugh. Okay. Let's line this thing up and let's do let's do a sound check. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Check 2, check 1, check 2. Marveloso, marveloso. Okay, that's nice and sweet. Refresh that screen. See if we're good. We are good. We are good. There is a poll. I see some of you have noticed it and partook. If you've not partook in the poll, get your votes in. Your vote counts. Okay, so this sounds good. Now let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. Remember, we're here for a good time, not for a long time. Okay. What's that? They got this heart thing. They got this heart thing in the way. And I can't pin it because the heart thing's in the way. What happens when I press the heart? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice touch. Okay. Everybody's playing with the heart now. OMG. So what am I doing here? Okay. Let's just get that copied and pasted in before we commence with this thing. Okay, paste. Save that, show that. Okay, well now we're cooking. Now we're cooking on gas. Now we're cooking on gas. Okay, so let's get through the register. We got the Leon figures. Yes, yes, yes. And peace to the chat. And then we got the Wizard Sleeves up in the building, bright and early. Bright and early. Well, let's just welcome in the Leon Figures. Leon Figures, how do you do today?
Peace, Mr. Dawkins. Peace, Mrs. Peace, Wizard Sleeve. How do you do? How do you do?
How do
I'm
you
having
do?
a good Monday. I've had a good Monday. How have
Yeah.
you? How's your Monday been?
Well, it's been good. It's been good. The weather was looking a bit gloomy, and then the sun came out, and I said yes. I wasn't ready for the heat wave to finish yet. It was looking a bit touch and go today, but the sun came out eventually. The sun came out. The sun came
Yes,
out.
it's been a good day. Lots of rest. One of
Yeah.
my rare days off. So,
Oh, you've had a rare day off.
well, I normally have Mondays off, but
Oh,
you find
okay.
stuff to do. But yeah, this time I didn't have much to do.
Aha. Aha. Excellente. Excellente. Let's have a look here. A diary pennant. I would like to see Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller next. Jeez Louise, that's a brain teaser. That's a brain teaser. What does Dillian White gain from Jarrell Miller? I mean, I was thinking about it earlier on. Who has Jarrell Miller fought who's even in the top 20 since he's come back? Or even in the top 30?
I think that would be a good fight. I think Dillian White would see the value in it. Gerald Miller's got a big mouth. He's known notoriously for the missed AJ one, but I wouldn't risk booking a fight with Gerald Miller because the guy always fails the drugs test. As soon as there's drugs testing,
Yeah.
White pops dirty, so you don't get the fight.
Boom.
So it's yeah, on paper would be a good fight if there was no drugs testing, so Jarrell could take whatever drugs he wants. It'd be a good fight, but you know, if there is drugs testing, which there should be with his fights, the guy is just a serial drugs test. I don't know if there's something psychological. I don't know if he doesn't believe he can step into the ring without them. I don't know if he believes that everybody's taking them, so he needs to take them. I don't know what it is with him, but the guy has been given chance after chance, and as soon as there's any significant drugs testing, he goes, because all these bouts he's been having, I don't believe they've been paying. I would be surprised if they've been paying the $30,000 whatever it costs for UCAD testing or what the other the international dope testing they've got. I don't think they've been paying the fees, which is why I think he hasn't been getting caught.
UCAD or USADA.
USADA. Yeah, this testing isn't cheap, and that's an issue with boxing as well. It needs to be more affordable.
For real. Hold on. Have I just found something? I just accidentally hit pay dirt. I think I have. By Jove, I think I have. And a diary pennant. I don't know. You just triggered a memory within me, one that I may have forgot. So thank you for that question, because it leads on to a topic that I'd intended to bring up, but it could have slipped my mind. You will recognize the shape of Adam Kawanaki or Kawanski. Let's call him Kawanski, whatever you want to call him, who fought on the weekend and got summarily taken out. Adam Kawanaki, was it the 7th round? Let me just go into BoxRec so I can see what round he got dispatched in. Adam Kawanaki.
I think it was round 8. I could be
wrong. Let's have a look. Adam Cow. I think he was between 7 and 9. I can't remember, but we will be about to find. Hey, he was right. It was around 8.
The thing is, sorry, go ahead, Mr. Dawkins.
Carry on.
The thing is, these fun boxers that do no head movement, block punches with their head, believe in the power of their chin. What you see is when it goes wrong very quickly. Joe Joyce is another example.
Yeah.
He's taken punches before, clean flush punches before from other, but when it's hit with when he came up against Zilly Zhang and it went wrong, he's like, well, I mean, that was different. His eye busted up.
Yeah.
I think you're going to find now that.
But how did his eyes get busted up though?
Because he kept getting hit. He kept getting clean freaking punches to the eye. It's but he was. But my point is once the body gets used to, once you break down the barrier of they seem to be unstoppable. They can just take punches and think they can build a career and avoid in defense. Because Joe, what's his name again? Joe Joyce. He's proven that he can move his head off the line. He did it with Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't respect his opponent's power, he doesn't bother move it.
For
and
real.
It's just like it goes wrong. And you always got to protect your head, because once that wall's broken down, I don't think it can be rebuilt. We look at Dillian White with his susceptibility to the uppercuts.
Yeah.
That uppercut wall has crumbled, and now whenever he gets hit, his brain just says, "Go to sleep." Yeah, he's wired, and I think Kaunak is an example, and I fear we might actually see that with Joyce. This juggernaut style, impregnable chin, it might well be crumbling. Same thing with Dillian White as well, having these gym wars, taking batterings all throughout training camp. Once you chip away. Once it crumbles, it's gone.
That was my issue. I was watching a podcast, not really a boxing podcast. It was unrelated, but the guy was being interviewed was a boxer. He was talking about, or had been a boxer. He was talking about when he went the first time he went to a boxing gym. The trainer knew his dad or his uncle, and so he thought, yeah, he's going to take care of me. I'll be well taken care of here. And the first time he stepped foot in the boxing gym, they put him in with a live fighter. And I would like to imagine that the live fighter took it easy on him, but the way he recounted the story, it didn't sound like that. And so my thing was when I was a youngster and I stepped into the boxing gym. You see, I was always tall anyway, so I would automatically be put in with the big guys. Now, fortunately and luckily for me, they took it easy on me. But then I used psychology anyway, because I took it easy on them. I went nice and gentle. I said, if I go gentle, hopefully they'll go gentle. And fortunately for me, that's how it worked out. But I remember I went with a friend of mine, a cousin actually, and his very first sparring, he went hell for leather. He used no tactics whatsoever. He used no psychology whatsoever. He went hell for leather with the guy who was an experienced amateur. So the other guy, the experienced amateur, went hell for leather with him, and he didn't come back. He didn't come back. So, it's like with boxing, my thing was, the trainer's job for me is to teach me impeccable defense. My first objective in going into a boxing gym was to learn impeccable defense, to be drilled in defense. And it concerned me because that wasn't the case. I had to go in there and set my own agenda. I knew I wanted impeccable defense, and I had to set my own agenda, and I opted to focus on developing a very, very good defense. But it wasn't like they was taking me to one side and say, okay, well, they did sometimes. I'm being a little bit harsh on them. They did sometimes, but to me, really, when you step into a boxing gym, the first order of the day should be focusing on defense, focusing on getting your head off the center line, focusing on getting to use your feet. And really, I didn't really see that. A lot of these cats, some of these cats, these trainer cats, they're in it. They want to see wars. They want to see wars, but I had an innate understanding that would not serve me. So
I have an issue with that referee.
Say that again.
I have a theory about that, though, Mr. Dawkins. I
Yeah.
think that trainers kind of, especially when you're doing it for a living, and you've not got another income or something, you just got a gym. Because I think that if the average person, if 100 people went into a boxing gym to train, and for the first 6 months they were taught movement with the feet, keep your head off the line,
Yeah.
and they weren't taught how to punch people in the face and knock them out, I think they'll stop going, because the fundamentals are often the boring bits. It might be a case that the trainers kind of, through necessity of having to keep customers coming in and keep clients coming back,
Yeah.
have to probably break the code, and train in the wrong way. Because as you said, it's like almost like the whole Karate Kid style. We need to spend 6 months waxing the fence, waxing the cars and painting the fence, and
Yeah.
to learn the basics.
Yeah.
The boring stuff that they hate,
Yeah.
until they realise that that's my fundamentals there, and now it's second nature.
For real, for real, for real, for real. And let's bring in the Iron Kong. Iron Kong, how we doing over there in the Caribbean?
87 degrees here, Rafi.
Time.
Please.
And that's cooling off from a 91 degree day today.
Jeez.
So that's just how it goes, Ralph.
Jeez Louise. The trainers, Adam Kawanaki, is a victim of what I was just saying. Trainers not teaching the basic fundamentals. Defense first. When I was a boy, we didn't have the internet, believe it or not. OMG. So you couldn't just go up and research trainers. If we did have the internet, I would have known that the style I was looking for, the style of trainer I was looking for, would be somebody like a Brendan Ingle. And if I had known about a Brendan Ingle, then yeah, I could have been packing my bags and heading up to Sheffield, industrial city. When you used to buy your knives and fork, your cutlery, you'd look at it and you'd say made in Sheffield. And that's where Brendan Ingle was based. Defense first. When you're doing sparring, it's sparring to the body, saving the head, saving the brain cells. Clearly, Adam Kawanaki was not brought up in that system. And looks like he's paying for it. Looks like he's been paying for it.
Rafi.
Yes.
Watching that fight, right? It was weird. It was a mix of uncomfortable and excited.
Yes.
Because Adam Kawanaki, as you say, is a guy who he's always fought this way, by the way. He's fought the same way. Come forward, chin in the air, just throwing a lot of punches, hoping he could overwhelm his opponent. The problem is he's taking so much punches now that his resistance might be gone. And he doesn't have the punch power. Like he doesn't have like a one-hitter punch power, like stunning punch power. It's like overwhelming, like volume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like his friend Jarrell Miller. It's like just like constant pressure.
Yeah.
And man, it was just uncomfortable because he took a lot of punishment in that fight, Rafi.
He did.
I hope he just called it off. And because Joe Cusimano is a bottom tier heavyweight. Bottom tier.
Very much so.
He's a guy you put on in this type of fight. Like he's from the area, he's a solid heavyweight, but like not no elite heavyweight. But he might give somebody some good rounds,
Yeah.
Kawanaki not beating him, he not beating nobody. You understand? Kawanaki needs to stop fighting, go be a delivery man somewhere, stack pallets or something. Nothing wrong with stacking pallets, Rafi.
Well, hey, yeah, it's a living.
It's a living, honest living, and you ain't getting nobody punching in your head. So, wish Adam the best. I want him to just enjoy his life because this ain't for him no more. I think I hear Leon say, you see somebody like Joe Joyce? When Joe Joyce was talking all this nonsense about, oh, you know, you punched me in my face and then I'm still there, nothing happens. I'm like, this guy is living in a cartoon world. Like, he really think he's the juggernaut. like he really think like he can't be hurt, like nobody could hurt him. Oh, I'll do this to every fighter. They can't hurt me. I'm like, boss. It's like I think we had a discussion about fighters and their chins, and I keep saying, like, I don't need no fight to show me how good their chin is. I don't need you to show me none of that. What I need you to do is move your head. That's what I need you to do. You don't have to prove to me that your chin is good. I am not interested. Move your head. And this is an example as to why you don't listen. You don't listen to stupid fans out there who talk about, oh, he's too defensive. He's too. I'm like, what? That's the whole point. Like, boxing is an extremely dangerous sport.
Yeah.
You have very limited ways to defend yourself. And you should move your head as much as possible. You should try and employ footwork. You should try and move your head and not take hits like that. People really, and these fighters buy into this foolishness. So Joe Joyce, I think figures talk about Dillian White, I think. Same thing. Dillian White has taken a lot of punishment, and I think he also he'll be in some gym wars.
Yeah.
That'll do it every time.
Yes,
Every time.
yes. Gym wars. Even before you get in the ring,
You done beat up.
you're getting pounded in the head. You're getting pounded in the head. Even before you get in the ring, you're getting pounded in the head. That's why instinctively, I've said it before, I'll say it again. When the Rafi was a little youth, there was no internet. The internet had not been invented. You couldn't go and search for trainers and compare and contrast. So every time I walked in a gym, and I changed gyms regularly, trying to find a place where I could get some peace and just learn the craft. But every time I walked in and did a few sparrings, because I had a long reach, and we always used to play fight anyway. We used to play fight wrestling. Then we used to play fight non-contact sparring before we even knew what we were doing. But the object was to, I don't know, maybe karate was big, kung fu was big, so we used to play kung fu. And the object of the game was to not hit the person, but to throw a nice punch to the face, but without actually connecting. Throw a nice kick, but without actually connecting. So, unwittingly, we were doing no contact sparring a lot. And so when I went into the gym for the first time, plus the school fights. So when I went into the gym for the first time, I was pretty good with the hands. But I knew that if I went full tilt, like my cousin did, then he got lit up, didn't come back. So I knew it was a longevity thing. So I was tactical. I would just get some nice punches in, but measured punches, nothing too hard. So the bigger guys, the older guys I was sparring, they would take it easy too. So, I managed to learn, but that wasn't due to the trainers. That was down to my psychology, my using psychology in the ring. Even though I was just a little youth, I understood that I was there to learn, not just to punch. I already could do that, but how not to get hit myself. But it seems like that's just a rare thing, and it's rare trainers who actually try to teach you properly from the get-go. I think too many of these trainers like the gore. They want to see gym wars. And as much as I admire Emmanuel Stewart, that place was crazy. That place was nuts. He turned the heat up. So it was always sauna conditions, gym wars. It was known for gym wars. And as we know, that ain't good for your brain. You look at Tommy Hearns now. And it's sad, man. It's sad. So my wish was that I could have found a Brendan Ingle. But like I said, we didn't have the internet back then. So hey, that's just that. Leon Figures. Did you watch the fight? Kawanaki versus Joe Cusumano.
Classic Kaunasky,
Yeah.
and on the decline. And as Iron Kong says, it was brutal. But the kind of brutal where you can't look. I get why promoters like him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a typical Eddie Hearn kind of thing. He's, I don't know, it's a bit harsh, but like a US Dave Allen.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch if you like grueling, gruesome head pummeling. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, he tried with all of his might, but if that hasn't taught him, he just doesn't have it anymore. Then nothing will, because Kaunaki gave everything. He tried to come back in, but as soon as he upped to gear, his opponent just upped it even more and just hurt him even harder. It was brutal. It was a bit brutal to watch, to be honest. It wasn't a comfortable watch. Entertaining, but not comfortable.
Yeah, terrible. Adam Kawanaki is the poster child for a child who went into the gym and was not taught defense. And that's sad to me. That's sad to me. I would like to see Dillian White, Virgil Romero. We covered that one. I would like to see Bak Jaloff versus Chisora next. Chisora, I'd like to see Chisora retire. Joe Joyce needs to use the cross-arm guard to protect himself. Well, he can use the cross-arm guard, but then he go down to the body, you drop the cross-arm guard, go up to the head, so he needs to move his head. There ain't no two ways about it, my friend. Got to move your head. UGC Flame up in the building. How do you do? Kawanaki needs to drop down to 240. He needs to retire. He needs to retire because he's about 33 now? How old is this cat? 34. Guy's 34. And he hasn't moved his head yet, so I don't anticipate him doing it now. He needs to take them 2 brain cells that he's got left and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, I see incoming dementia. Early dementia.
Early. Kawanaki should go into the ice cream truck business. Hey, whatever it is, man. Ice cream trucks, shifting pallets, become a bus driver. AJ should fight Kawanaka's confidence booster. Hell no. It ain't come to that yet. Tone up in the building. Sup, Raffin panel. Hope all is well. All is very well, my friend. All is very well. Is that your dog? What kind of dog is that? Looks vicious. I use a head zorb for sparring. What's a head zorb? Head zorb. I don't know what a head zorb is.
Sounds like some kind of contraption that is designed to absorb the pressure of blows to the head. That's just from the description.
Yeah, well, it sounds like some Star Trek business or Star Wars. Okay. So I got that. Right. Okay. Now, as far as Kawanaki is concerned, the last thing on Kawanaki is a question I have to ask. Back when, because we talked about Jarrell Miller, back when Jarrell Miller, there it is, back when Jarrell Miller popped dirty, the fight was offered. The fight was offered. I had to drop out. The fight was offered. Reed Mott. The fight was offered to Kawanaki, Mr. Adam Kawanaki. The fight that Ruiz took was offered to Adam Kawanaki. And Adam Kawanaki said no. Said no. Said I'm
did
not.
Did Kawanaki say no, or did Al Heyman say he can't do it because he was saving him for a Wilder opponent because they was on protecting his own?
Well, they might have been protecting his own, but check it out. After he said no, what happened? Let's have a look at his record.
Which was the Hellenius 2 losses in a row.
There we go. After he said no, I don't think he's won again. He beat Areola over 12 rounds, which is strange to think, but he did. Areola, the Areola who dropped Andreas the Ponce Ruiz. So he beat Areola. Previous to that, he beat Gerald Washington. Previous to that, he beat Charles Martin over 10 rounds. But then he went in with Robert Helenius, got took out, got wiped out in 4 rounds, blitzed out. There was some back and forth, but he got blitzed out in 4 rounds, TKO. And then he fought Robert Helenius again, got took out. Nice little war, of which he was getting battered. Lasted till the 6th round that time, the 6th. Demarisian, he lost over by unanimous decision over 10 rounds. And then just latterly, this weekend, Joe Cusumano lost via TKO in the 8th round of a 10-round bout. Now, so Al Heyman most likely put the kibosh on that, but he missed out on at least 5 million. At least 5 million. So in all of the fights put together since then, he's probably made 2.5 million, if he's lucky. So that is a net loss. If he's made 2.5 million, that's a high figure. If he's made 2.5 million, that's a net loss of 2.5 million.
With a lot of punishment in between that as well. A lot of punishment he's taken.
With a hell of a lot of punishment. So it's just really bad management. Really bad management. You gotta take the money. You can't have a Al Heyman telling you, no, you can't take the money. You just gotta say, listen, Al, I respect you, I appreciate you, but I gotta take this money while it's there. While the money's on the table, I gotta pick it up. It's clean money, it's not illegal. I gotta pick this 5 mil up. I'll be back. Or I gotta head over there. I'll be back. Al Heyman says, well, listen, if you go over there, you know you can't come back here. I said, Al, I respect you and I hear you. Let me just think about it. Put down the phone, pick up the phone to Eddie Hearn. Hey, if I come over to you, I'm being told that, I can't fight back over here. So it needs to be more than just a 1-fight deal. I said, tell you what, don't worry, Adam. Tell you what, we'll give you a 3-fight deal. So you get Joshua, probably give you Chisora after that. And, probably give you Dillian White after that. So what's that? 5 mil for Joshua. Might be able to scrape up $1 million for him to fight Chisora. That's 6. Might be able to scrape up $1.5 million to fight Dillian White at that time. What's that? 6, 7, 7.5 mil. He walks away with 7.5 mil. Well, whatever. Let's say half of that after taxes. He walks away with 4 mil, let's say. And that's a nice little retirement package. You invest that shizzle, get a few mortgage on buy-to-let houses, get some property, buy-to-let, rent them out. You got that income for life, as well as your the bulk of the money in savings. A little percentage of it goes to into property, to let property. You become a little property mogul. Like a lot of these cats out here,
But I don't think they had the choice. I think Al Heyman's got them wrapped up in such a tight contract.
Yeah.
That they don't, unless he says it's okay, I don't think they can. Because it's only since Paramount are going through their restructure that PBC all of a sudden are willing to do these fights and put in, let their fighters go to other platforms, do joint promotions. You know, it's only now that they're starting to. And funnily enough, as soon as they start, they've gone and landed Canelo as well. That's going to be another revenue stream coming in for them.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it hasn't worked or it has worked, because it seems like they held it, kept it all in house until the brink.
Yeah.
Now they've let people go, like Stephen Fulton's going to Japan to fight.
Yeah.
You know, Deontay Wilder. I don't know if Deontay Wilder's kind of left anyway. Deontay Wilder's gonna fight under the Skills Challenge kind of arena in Saudi.
Yeah.
So they're now starting to open the doors. You know, you had the joint promotion with the Zone and Showtime. Was it Showtime or was it Fox with the Tank and Garcia fight?
I think that was Showtime.
Showtime. So it's you know, now they've started to release the floodgates and not have it all in house. And you know, they almost he almost kind of put the kibosh on the Crawford Spence bout, but then Spence refused to fight Furman.
Right. Yeah.
And he just really dug his heels in.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because PBC was in their predicament now with Paramount and Showtime and the budget cuts that Heyman was like, okay, well, I'm not going to drag you through legal channels. Let's just make the fight. And Terence Crawford, but then he was a free agent, but then he had to sign a free fight deal.
Yeah. Who did?
Terence Crawford.
Oh, is that a 3-fight deal with PBC?
Yeah, it's a free fight deal. It's that fight, a rematch, and then a third fight.
Wow. 3-fight deal.
Well, that's not too bad for Crawford, because that's, you know, if he wants the undisputed at 147, the undisputed at 154, it's all on that side of the street anyway.
Yes. So that makes sense. Where we're looking at? Where are we? Welterweight, Errol Spence, WBO, Terence Crawford, IBO vacant. I ain't worrying about the IBO. So it's over on that side of the street. 3-fight deal, same as the Canelo situation. I think it's a similar situation for Canelo. People are saying, "Oh, you see how we segue there? People, as a matter of fact, I don't want to segue just yet, because there is one other element to the Kawanaki thing that I want to touch on, which Tone reminded me of. Kawanaki used to be a high output when he was training with Big Titty Miller back in the day. Somehow he was a different fighter then. And I forgot about that element. One of the elements, which I said at the time, and which we have to touch on, is that one of the reasons that Kawanaki turned down the Joshua fight, as you rightly surmise, is that he was contractually tied to the PBC, and he couldn't cross the street unless he was given permission by Uncle Al. But I think another reason, perhaps even more pressing reason, is that I and many others suspect that even though Kawanaki looked like the Michelin Man, I suspect that he wouldn't have been able to pass a drug test to fight Anthony Joshua. OMG. I don't think Kawanaki, I think that's another main reason. That might be the main reason why Kawanaki could not have fought Anthony Joshua, because I think he would have failed a drug test just like his training buddy Jarrell Miller did. Leon Figures. Oh, Leon might be away from the mic. No problem.
No, sorry. This is the thing, isn't it? When testing is limited, you just never know. But then it's not as if he's been in any high-profile fights that's had testing. So if he was, then why would he have stopped? There'll be no reason for him to stop.
Well, he would have had to have stopped because if he was fighting Joshua, but he couldn't stop in time because the same way his buddy Miller got popped, he'd have got popped.
Well, okay. What? Sorry, I'm going on the premise. So he carried on, but then his punch output dropped.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? He's had no reason to stop because he's not been in any high profile fights that's had the testing.
Well, he had every reason. The counter argument to that is that he just saw his buddy got popped, dropped, popped, stopped, kicked out of the sport for 2 years. And so I put it to you, that's every reason to stop.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. We can only speculate.
You can only speculate.
Because I think that
things line up, though. Things line up because he went downhill as soon as Jarrell Miller got popped. I don't think it's rocket science. I think there's correlation there. There's a clear correlation.
I mean, I don't know, but there's always that point of blocking shots with your head and relying on an iron chin works until it doesn't.
Yeah.
So at some point, the wheels are going to fall off.
At some point, but the wheels fell off at the same time that the wheels fell off for Jarrell Miller in a different way. Exact same time. Yes, I believe that's a coincidence.
Look, the PBC side of things is notorious for their lack of testing.
Mm.
And I heard somebody when they was talking about the Spence Crawford that they're back in Spence. They said like Spence is in remarkable condition. He said he took a photo next to him and the guy was just pure muscle. And I just thought he's had a whole year.
Yeah.
To be taking whatever he needs to take, and now he can cycle off and just maintain his levels and go into the biggest fight of his life. And my skeptical side was saying that Spence has been pumping himself full of whatever he needs to give him an edge to take on Crawford. I don't think it will be enough. I think Crawford's just that kind of animal that will find a way to beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm totally suspicious of most boxers when it comes to PEDs. You've either got enough money,
to
get an exemption to pay off the right doctor to say you need something, or you're on the side of non-high profile fights where you're not being tested. You can take what you want, or you can just cycle off, or micro dosing. Look. The drugs cheats are always one step ahead of the testing. And so I think it's rife. I really think it is rife in the sport.
Is Errol Spence an enhanced athlete? It's one of them, isn't it? It's hard to say. That would really be speculation. We got nothing. We got no real markers. We got no real markers to say, well, he changed from here to here. But with Kawanaki, we have a very clear marker. We have pre Jarrell Miller popping dirty Kawanaki, and post.
Well, there is one argument. The guy has had a horrific car crash.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to have affected his boxing.
Dramatically. I think it's affected. I saw some effects when he fought Garcia. He's keeping his hands up hella high. Not to say he doesn't usually, but against Garcia, it was very conspicuous how he was keeping his hands up hella high. But then the counter argument to that is, well, he'd just been in a devastating car wreck, which could have easily killed him. Driving a Ferrari at speed whilst drunk, no seatbelt, with the top down. That's normally results in a death. The damn thing somersaults 3 times, and this cat goes in hospital for a little bit and then gets his teeth knocked out, gets some new teeth, and then he's some rehab, and he's back in the fight, fighting Garcia, who ain't no punk. And I think he was very careful in that fight, so I did see he seemed somewhat more tentative, more careful. Then he came back after that and fought the Cuban cat. Fought the Cuban cat.
Oh, another angle. Another angle is after the accident, he then had the door open to get some exemptions for some substances that he wouldn't normally be able to take because he would have a bona fide reason to need them. I'm just skeptical.
Perhaps. But once again, I come back to the Kawanaki and I say with Kawanaki, we have a clear line pre-Jarrell Miller bust and post-Jarrell Miller bust. I think it's a very clean line. Two different Kawanakis. And the Kawanaki came off whatever he was on and deteriorated significantly, because you can't tell me the guy who fought what's his name? The guy who fought Charles Martin. You can't tell me the guy who fought Charles Martin would have got boxed up like that by Robert Hellenius. But then again, styles make fights. But to close out with Kawanaki, I think that man just needs to hang him up. Just hang him up. You ain't got the style to defend, to save your head, to save your brain cells. And you ain't got the punch power to take care of even the lower echelon of boxers in the form of Joe Cosimano. Can't even take care of them. You ain't got the punch power to take care of them. So you ain't got the punch power no more. And you ain't got the chin no more. You better hang them up, brother. Hang them up, brother. You're gonna, this is ridiculous now. Let's get into a few of these comments. PBC versus PBC, no testing. That victory flattered Hellenius. Yeah, made Hellenius. Adam Kawanaki made Hellenius look like a world beater. I remember Adam Kawanaki was being lined up to fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? They were sitting down together, all buddy. Yeah, I think Adam Kawanaki's a hell of a fighter. And it looks like he's up next. A few moments later, Adam Kawanaki's getting battered all over the ring. Last Canelo fight on PBC. Lost a packet. Oh, who was that against? That was against Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant. The only reason they're finally risking their champ is being broke. Well, yeah, they need to get some money in. So they've shelling out. And I guess their TV network, whatever, said, yo, we need to make some big fights here. We can't be pissing around, piddling around. Can't be piddling around. So they gone for the big dog. They're gone for the big dog. Matter of fact, where is the big dog? Where is he? Boom. There he is. Was supposed to be repping the zone, but now he's gone over to PBC, and I think it's a mutually beneficial arrangement because Canelo needs some scalps. And There's some scalps over at the PBC waiting for it. So I think it's a mutually beneficial 3-fight deal, 3-fight agreement.
Well, he tried all he could to stay on the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, barring allowing Bivol to fight him at 168, he did all he could. He wanted that Bivol fight, but Bivol held firm, which left him only at PBC. And we have to give PBC credit where it's due. No matter the circumstances or whether their hand's been forced, they are putting on the best fights this year and probably next year with their roster. You're going to have 2 Canelo fights next year.
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 undisputed, or no, not 2 undisputed, 2 Crawford Spence fights this year. The rematch having to be done in this year. A 3rd fight for Crawford. And any Crawford fight with them PBC guys is going to be a good fight. They was part of the Tank Garcia. They are the number 1 at the moment. They are the number 1. It's their cycle. It's their turn.
Number 1 for putting on exciting fights, you say?
Yeah, good fights. So they've got the best. They've got the best fight schedule. They've got the best, and it used to be the most boring. They used to have very few.
Yeah.
Everything was pay-per-view, but we're actually starting to see some pay-per-view worthy fights. Like we used to say, I would love to have paid pay-per-view for Spence Crawford.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were getting pay-per-view for Ruiz Areola.
That was funny. That was ridiculous.
It was so outrageous. It was funny.
Yeah.
That they actually put that on pay-per-view.
That's mad.
It's like they put everything on pay-per-view. It was a joke.
Yeah. Well, now they've got to kick up the rear. They've got to kick up the rear. The debtors, the creditors, are knocking at their door, and something had to change. And Paramount came in and says, "Yo, this whole model here is going to have to change. You're putting on mediocre fights on pay-per-view, and you're not giving people the fights they want to see. That's going to have to change. You're going to have to create excitement in boxing, not just idly-piddly around. You're going to have to." And so I think Paramount, with the threat of them being axed, PBC defunded, they had to change their ways. And now we're seeing exciting fights. So it had to be, otherwise they'd have gone into what do you call it? When something no longer exists, they would have like the dinosaur. What happened to the dinosaurs? Extinction. They would have gone into extinction. They would have become extinct, defunct, defunded. So I don't think it's any kind of master plan on the part of Al Heyman. I think this is some business people came and said, "What are you doing over here? What are you doing? What are you doing? There's no excitement. What are you doing? You got all this talent going to waste. You're not using the talent properly. These guys should be stars. Put them up against other stars and see what happens. Come on. Shake up your ideas. Buck your ideas up." And they have to buck their ideas up. And so now we're seeing fights from the PBC. Well overdue. Will it save them long term? I don't know about that, because they've left a sour taste in the mouths of the boxing masses for years. So this turnaround now, which has come about through external pressures from their paymasters. I don't think I can credit PBC for that. I can't give PBC credit for that. I have to give the people their paymasters who put pressure on them to change or become extinct. So I can't give PBC no credit. I can't give PBC no credit for the new business model, because it was foisted upon them. It was not their choice.
But the roster is still their roster. It's still their schedule of fights.
Listen, the rust.
They are some mighty fine, tasty looking fights.
Listen, the roster's good. The roster's always been good, but they weren't providing the fights
the
that
schedule
people wanted to see.
The schedule they've got now is damn good. Tank Garcia, Crawford, Spence Crawford. We're going to have possibly Canelo Charlo, followed by possibly Canelo Benavidez.
Yeah,
that's
very, very good. That's stellar. But what I'm saying is, I can't give Uncle Al no credit for that. It's their paymasters who force their hand. So I can't really give PBC credit for what PBC are doing now, because it's not PBC's will. This is not their will. If it was up to them, we would never have seen Spence versus Crawford if it was up to them. I say to you, it's their paymasters who put pressure on them to make this shizzle, this change, this wind of change occur. Let me go over to the Iron Kong as I adjust my lighting around here. It's getting dark over here in the UK. Iron Kong.
I'm sorry that I had to drop off, gents. Still at work, trying to be a productive member of society here. What are we talking about, Canelo? So
we're talking about a wind of change in the PBC, the wind of change, the new wind of change, where they're actually making fights that people want to see. And I'm saying I can't put that down to Uncle Al. I'm putting that down to Paramount. I'm putting it down to Showtime. I'm putting that down to the fact that they were on the verge of being extinct and still may be. And I'm putting it down to external pressures, Paramount in particular, to bring on this wind of change.
Whoever bloody win, I mean, glad for them, because PBC has been very stingy in making fights, period. It's just something has happened. So if Paramount forcing them to do something, good for Paramount. You should be getting fights that people want to see. The problem with PBC is, Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, is not worth all these 50 million and fat. I mean, he doesn't really bring back, in my opinion, so much money to the platform as he's being paid. I think he brings a good amount of people. Of what he's being paid, sometimes it might not be worth it. So PBC is gambling here and hoping that he does bring that kind of reward to their platform. You got a situation, who are the fights he might be lining up for? Jamal Charlo, tune-up, maybe David Benavidez. I don't know who else. 3 fights. I don't know who else. Maybe Errol Spence, because I've been talking about Errol Spence. So let's hope that, I mean, he brings it for them. It's just interesting, though, that when Canelo Alvarez fought John Ryder, Canelo Alvarez was considered old and washed up. He don't sell, he all washed up, bum, duck, and all this. No, he's going to fight Jamal Charlo, a man who hasn't fought in how long Jamal Charlo hasn't fought in a year and a half or some crazy shit. So 2 years, he ain't fought?
Like 2 years, something like 2 years.
Man who ain't fought in 2 years. Oh, this is a great fight. You know what I mean? So it's a great fight now. But when he fought John Ryder, a man who has a better resume than Jamal Charlo at 160. Or 168, I guess. Whatever. He has a better resume. John Ryder, more active guy, fought somebody who walked up and disrespected Jamal Charlo in New York in Danny Jacobs. All of a sudden, now it's a good fight. Right? I'm more interested in seeing Canelo Alvarez fight David Benavidez. I think he's had an aversion to David Benavidez. Nobody gonna tell me no different, because when Benavidez had the WBC belt, Canelo Alvarez was not rushing to fight him. As soon as that belt went vacant, Canelo Alvarez and his team petitioned to fight for the vacant belt against Avni Yildirim. How do I know this? Because the WBC said Canelo did, in fact, petition to fight Avni Yildirim. Just like Eddie Hearn did, because I think Callum Smith was the WBC Diamond champion at the time. And he wanted Callum Smith because he was supposed to be the mandatory after Avni Yildirim to fight. So Canelo Alvarez was willing to fight Avni Yildirim for the vacant belt, but not David Benavidez straight up. So that was, to me, disappointing. I think he has a version to David Benavidez, but we'll see.
Yes.
So this wind of change, let's hope it pays off. I hope they get the pay-per-views back that they're gonna spend this money on. But we all know in America, stealing is way up. So we'll see. A lot of these people who've been calling for these fights, they're not gonna buy the fight neither. They're gonna steal it. So
yes. Let's have a look at some of these comments in the chat. Last Canelo fight, last PBC, a packet. Only reason they're risking their champs is because they're broke. OMG.
I thought the plant, Canelo plant pay-per-views were quite decent. Wasn't it like 850,000?
That's decent.
Yeah,
That's
that's
decent.
that. If it is, I'm just that's numbers just floating around in my head for some reason.
I think he was around that. So that's decent. I think that's a good guideline. RE punch resistance, but ultimately it varies. I think Chisora has waned some, but he's essentially still going strong. Oliver McCall might still be going. Yeah, I think Oliver McCall might still be going. Actually, I think we follow each other on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. When did Spence last test? Except on fight night. There's your marker. When did Spence last test? What does that mean?
For drugs.
Except on fight night? Oh.
Yeah, all championship fights are fight night testing, aren't they?
Yeah. I think I see what you mean. I see what he means. Except on fight. That's a good question. Canelo is a DAZN mole sent to bankrupt the PBC. OMG. Paramount.
Oh, well, I mean, Canelo did say when he fought Plant that the PBC were great to work with. Remember, they don't treat him like they treat the other fighters.
Canelo said they were great to work with.
Yeah, he signs on his terms when he goes to PBC.
Yeah.
He goes on his terms.
I don't think that's a typical scenario, though.
Yeah, he's not. He's the exception to the rule. But yeah, he really enjoyed working with him. He said it. He enjoyed working with his own more. He had no aversion, and that's why he's happily gone back.
Yeah, they treated him differently. But you know, they've stopped many a fighter from becoming very comfortable financially. They stopped Ruiz. They stopped him from fighting Joshua for a good $6 million. They stopped Kawanaki from fighting Joshua for $5 million. It will be interesting. It will be interesting when these guys finally retire. They don't have any shackles on their mouth. They're not muzzled. They can take the muzzle off.
He's got a lifetime silencer on them. Lifetime.
Jeez.
You know, it's funny you say that. You know, I was watching Deontay Wilder little nonsense video he put up talking about don't let people make decisions for you and all this other. I'm doing you a favor. You got wife and kids. You got kids to look after and blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? I always just think about Deontay Wilder. He's done this to almost every. Like he likes to think of himself as
the king.
The king is here. Remember, he used to always think that he was the one doing Anthony Joshua a favor. You understand? He was the one doing Anthony Joshua a favor. He need me. I'm Deontay. He need me. Deontay Wilder went into a room and let people tell him, no, $100-something million is not good enough for you because we think the fight will be bigger next time. Undisputed $100-something million. And he let people tell him, don't take the money. You understand? I remember he did this with Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz. Tell Tyson Fury, when I met you, I'm the one who brought you to big time boxing. I put food on your kids' table to eat. Same with Luis Ortiz. I gave you opportunity to help out your daughter and blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't like this guy.
No.
I don't like this guy.
No.
He always like to feel like, you know what I mean? He's the big N in the he's like, bruh, you ain't doing nobody no favors.
Yeah.
You ain't who you think like anyway.
I mean, why didn't he help? Why didn't he help Joseph Parker to put food on his kid's table?
I don't know. You see, that's the problem. You see,
why didn't he help Joseph Parker? Because Joseph Parker flew out to watch him in one of his fights. Can't remember which one it was, and they were about to make a deal. Now, the PBC offered Joseph Parker something like $1 million. And Anthony Joshua offered Parker something like $5 million. So how come Deontay Wilder couldn't help Joseph Parker? Because they were offering peanuts in comparison to what they were getting from the Team Joshua. Peanuts. So even in his freakiest, wildest dream, he could never delude himself into thinking that he had the economical value of a Joshua. So I don't know. That sent him into a tailspin because he wasn't the big man on campus no more when Joshua came around. So
question for you guys, though.
Say that again.
Question for you guys.
Yeah.
When we're looking at the very controversial, damn right, illegal Rolly Romero stoppage to ensure that he got that WBA belt.
Yeah.
Are we concerned about Canelo and Crawford being non-traditional PBC fighters?
You mean
and the judges in their fights? Because it just takes they've shown they're willing to do crazy early stoppages, blatant robberies.
I don't think they're gonna rob Canelo. If it's
I think that'll be too high profile.
Yeah, too high profile. If it's a close fight with Terence Crawford, then may Errol Spence get the nod? Maybe, but I think that listen, I think there's no question that the judges, the referee know when they're in a main fight, top of the bill fight, they know who's supposed to win. They know who the promoter of the show wants to win. They know. But that's not going to make any difference with the Canelo. Will it make a difference with the Terence Crawford? Perhaps, but only perhaps, because I think all the judges and the referees know that Crawford has the more storied career, champion 2 weight categories. Okay, Errol Spence is very well known as a welterweight, but Terence Crawford is well known as a junior welterweight champ and a welterweight champ. So I think these two fights, I think these may be exempt from that concept, maybe. But is there a chance that if it's really close, that Terence Crawford, they might shave off a point here and there for Terence Crawford? Yeah, I think there's a possibility. There's a possibility of that. Is it likely that there's going to be a big controversy in the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight? I think it's possible, but not likely. I think people understand, the referee understand, the judges understand that this is a connoisseur's fight. This is a connoisseur's fight. It's not just a casual fight, but it's a boxing connoisseur's fight. And every boxing connoisseur will be watching this fight. See the sleight of hand, trickery of the judges. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work this time. So is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? Not so much. Possible? Yes. Likely? Not so much. What say you, Con?
I agree with you. I think the two fights are very high profile fights.
Yeah.
Very, very high profile fights. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I think the temptation will certainly be there, especially for Errol Spence. I think they would like to get Canelo Alvarez, past the Jamal Charlo fight and get him to fight David Benavidez because that would be a big, big, big fight. Charlo beating Canelo would mess up a lot of money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence beating Terence Crawford, though, would aid the money because then Errol Spence will go into a Canelo fight. You understand?
Yes.
As undisputed 147 going to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Yes.
But Canelo losing to Charlo would mess up a lot of people because you want Canelo to have them belts for David Benavidez or fight Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? That would be big money. So I think I'll be more careful with the Crawford fight, even though both are very high profile, than Canelo. Crawford winning would not be great for the PBC at all because he's not gonna really sign with them. He just
No. He's got a 3-5 deal with them, mind you.
They said two. They said 2-fight deal, and that only is if there's a rematch clause involved. That's what Espinoza says. It's just 2 fights, and it's only 2 fights if someone activates a rematch clause. That's what he said.
Okay.
That's Terence Crawford. Sorry.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, Crawford. Yeah. So what have people said about Canelo v Charlo? 0% responded a draw. 23% responded they felt Jamal Charlo would win. And a whopping 76% of respondents expect Canelo Alvarez to win. Leon Figures, how does Jamal Charlo beat Canelo?
I don't think he does. Only by an early stoppage Romero style. If he's putting some flurries on Canelo. He could try and outsize him. He could try and crowd Canelo a bit. I just don't think he's got the tools. I don't think he's got what it takes. I'm struggling to really put forward a case where he does beat Canelo unless it's referee or judge assisted.
Yeah. The Iron Kong. How does Jamal Charlo beat Canelo Alvarez?
I think like Figures say he got kind of catch Canelo in a corner and just like start throwing a lot of punches, and the referee like jumping and say stop, and Canelo will be like, well, why are you stopping the fight? I'm fine. That's how he beats Canelo. I don't believe Jamal Charlo's style is that good. I don't believe that stationary type style is that good. I do not believe so. If he had people like, what was the Mexican guy he was fighting sometime there? Had him struggling. I forgot his name.
Casim, who was it?
No. It's something with
Montiel.
If that man they had Charlo struggling, so then he no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make a. What the hell did I just do? It's hard to make a case for Jamal Charlo beating Canelo. It's very difficult to make a case. Look at his record now. Let's see when the last. How old is he? Where's it? 32. No, that's 32 bouts. Where's his age? Sometimes they have the age, sometimes they don't. But anyway, last fought on June 2021. It's now June 2023. So by the time he gets it, when is that? What is his schedule? It's not even official. Jamal Charlo. They normally have.
Rafi, I gonna bust off, you know. God, that joy. You know what I mean?
Hey, appreciate.
Come.
I
Yes, figures. Peace to you, you know, and the great Rafi in Dark stores.
That was the Iron Kong 26, our man in the Caribbean. I was just saying, it's strange to me because they normally have the upcoming fight. When you look in box rate, they normally have the upcoming fight on the top in yellow, but it ain't
It hasn't
there.
been officially announced, has it?
Oh, that must be it then. That must be it. But Jamal Charlo got to be 33, I reckon, by about now. Out of the ring for 2 damn years. Said he was having some mental problems. So that's why he was out of the ring as soon as as soon as Canelo's name comes. So yeah, we good.
He married and had children with an absolute nutter, it seemed like. I mean, he put a picture up, he put a story up himself on Instagram of him going to pick up his children.
Yeah.
And she's just going nuts. And the children's like, Mom, just leave it. Just leave it. Like, the children are pleading with her.
Wow.
And he's going, this is what I have to go through. She's turned up with his friend. I don't know if his friend was just there as a witness and she was attacking his car. She's attacking a friend's car.
Wow.
He's in some real problems. But a Canelo fight could solve them all because, as there's an old Nigerian saying, money solveth all problems.
Well, he needed some of this Canelo money. Divorce in America ain't no joke.
Yeah, the Canelo fight September and May, isn't it? Independence and Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
That's September.
Divorce in America ain't no joke.
But she's saying there's no money. Heyman don't give him no money. She hasn't got any for it yet. She hasn't got any. If Heyman's giving it to him in drip feeds and stipends, she can't grab any of his money.
Well, she's gonna get some money this time around after this Canelo thing.
It depends. Did they get the lump sum? Canelo gets paid his money in lump sum.
Yeah.
Garcia got paid his money in lump sum, but will the traditional PBC fighters? They don't seem to get those deals. Deontay Wilder was still saying he's complaining that he never got his money quick enough.
Yeah. Well, it might work out. The slow drip feed of the money might work out for Jamal Charlo. He's with the right guy if he's gonna cook the books. Say he only made a 300,000. 350,000. He's with the right guy for that. But yeah, it ain't looking good. You're a champion. You're a Jamal middleweight. Jamal Charlo is the WBC champion. Arisandi Lara, the WBA. IBF is vacant. Yanibek Akomanali is the WBO, IBO vacant. So WBC middleweight champion Jamal Charlo looks like he's been given a lifeline. I hope he uses it wisely. Because this might be among his last fights. Seems like his appetite for fighting, it ain't there, or it hasn't been there for the last 2 years. Been going through some problems at home. Some people allege, some may say that he might have a powder. He might have a powder issue, an issue with the powder. And that's a very expensive issue to have. So hopefully he's kicked that. And in what might be his last big paycheck, he's just gonna have to invest this. He can't really spend it. Can't be flossing. Got to best buy himself a couple of properties, a few houses, split them up into twos, upstairs, downstairs. Get a couple of them, so at least, mind you, I don't know, He'll have to get his divorce first. Get the divorce finalized, hide that money. Then, kind of get some properties, in a good area, get some good renters in, and you got a lifetime income stream. Put the majority into safe funds, small percentage set aside for high risk ventures, tiny percentage, and put some money in bricks and mortar. And a lot of these cats, I can't say they make me laugh, but they disappoint me because they're I did watch a Jamalo thing, Jamel, you guys' own channel, Jamel thing, and they say, yeah, I got a house over here, I got a house over there, I got some land over there, but not once did I hear him say he's got some properties that he rents out or some offices that he leases out. Mind you, the business leasing that's gone down with the COVID. So not once did I say he's got property. I've got property that I rent out. So hopefully they can read the book or damn well get the audio book, Rich Man, Poor Man, and they can fully understand and fully learn the difference between an asset and the liability. Just keep that flossing on the down low. As a matter of fact, forget about the flossing, forget about going to them clothes shops, spending thousands on a t-shirt, thousands on a pair of pants. You call them trousers. Forget about all of that. You're coming to the end of your career now. Put your money in safe investments. Forget about the flossing. Okay, keep one sports car, keep a Jeep or the G-Wagon, fine, but sell off the rest. Sell off the rest of the cars. Stop flossing. All that money you invest in the flossing, invest that money into safe investments. Bricks and mortar. The population is increasing. More and more people need rental properties. Put your money in that. The income is slow, but lasts for a lifetime. That's every week, every month. You're getting income in for the rest of your life. Solid investments, high interest accounts. I hope these guys, understand that they're coming to the end of their careers now, so they got to change their lifestyles. Yes. What people saying in the chat. I think he could be inadvertently telling on himself, projecting. Oh, we're talking about, I forgot about, we're talking about Wilder. Yeah, well, you have seen the video. I know you've commented on it. So I did a thorough breakdown in a video. Where is that video? All up in the video. Andy Ruiz responds to Deontay Wilder's offer. As a matter of fact, we can actually play Wilder's video. Let's pull that up for the people then. Instagram. There we are. Let's pull this up. Live entertainment. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Like I said, we're here for a good time, not for a long time. Let's pull this up. Let's make sure it's on your screens. Okay. Let's pull this up. Let's get the screen bigger. How are we going? How you going to do it? No, I Ain't good enough. Damn. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. Okay, we're just gonna have to go ahead with it like that. Okay.
Yo, Andy. Hey, it's time out for the games now, buddy. Let's get this fight on, man. Hey, we offer you a hell of a lot of money. Now, one thing I don't want you to allow others to dictate your career at this moment in time. It's only a short period of time that you have. And you got to man up to responsibility, because if you allow others to dictate your life at this point in time, you're going to end up with nothing. Zero. Broke, my man. Okay? So make wise decisions. Time to wait on you about this situation. And we offer you a lot of money, and I think you should take it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, yo, Andy. Hey, it's time out for the games now, buddy. Let's get this fight on, man. Hey, we offer you a hell of a lot of money. Now, one thing I don't want you to allow others to dictate your career at this moment in time. It's only a short period of time that you have. And you got to man up to responsibility, because if you allow others to dictate your life at this point in time, you're going to end up with nothing. Zero. Broke, my man. Okay? So make wise decisions. Time to wait on you about this situation. And we offer you a lot of money, and I think you should take it. The one thing I don't want you to do, though, is to allow others to dictate your career at this moment in time, bro. You only have a limited time left to make as much money as you possibly can. And don't allow others to interfere with this. You make the decision. It wouldn't be fair to you nor your kids that you miss out on zero because you allow others to interfere with your career at this moment in time.
Allow others, like Deontay Wilder speaking from experience. If you allow others to interfere, yeah, Deontay Wilder, who feels it knows it. And who knows better than Deontay Wilder? Who knows better than Deontay Wilder, who allowed others to interfere with his career and stop him making generational wealth with Anthony Joshua? Okay, got it. Over 3 fights with Tyson Fury, where it took a hell of a physical toll, arguably, and certainly an emotional toll on him.
So think about it, bro. Hey, let's get this thing done, man. Let's get it signed, sealed, and delivered. As I said once again, I'm sick and tired of sitting around, man. Let's get the people what they asking for, what they want. Enough is enough. Boys,
enough is enough.
In your court now, baby. Let's get it. I'll see you soon, man. Hey, let's toast it up.
Boom, boom, boom. Enough is enough. Yeah, who feels it knows it. Deontay Wilder, is he talking from experience? I think he is. I think he is talking from experience. Leon Figures, your thoughts on that? What's going on in the chat? Yeah, he's told on himself. What he's really advising is really what he's gonna do, waiting on Joshua. Oh yeah, well, he messed around. He messed the bag up. I think he's talking about when he messed the bag up with Joshua, when there was 100 million. There was 100 million sitting on a table for me, and I let other people talk me out of that money. Man, I was a fool. What about Cosumano versus Robert Helenius next? Who cares though? Who cares about them low-level fighters? What does that do? How does that move the needle? What does it do for anybody? You know what I mean? Helenius might as well retire. What Maybe Joshua should fight Hellenius. No, that's a no-win situation, though, because you got to knock him out in 30 seconds. And that's not good, because Deontay Wilder fighting for 1 minute. For 1 minute, 2 minutes. How long did that fight last? 2 minutes? What's the point of that? I suppose he still went through a training camp and he still went into a fight and he still knocked the guy out real smooth like. So I guess that counts for something. But, you know, what about match fitness? What about match fitness? If you're a football player, of course I'm talking about soccer. And you're coming on as a super sub, getting 5 minutes in 5 minutes per game as a super sub. That's not gonna breed match fitness. So fighting a fight for 2 minutes, yeah, it did something because you went through a training camp and you walked through the lights. You had to walk out, your music played, and you got in there. So, you know, that's another experience under your belt, but that don't lead to match fitness. That's what I'm talking about. But even a fight that lasts 1-2 minutes is still better than not having a fight at all, because you did go through a training camp. Kusumano definitely be out in some decent scraps after the Kawanaki scalp. Well, he's a low-ranking cat. Kusumano. Who did I see knock him out? Kusumano. Joe Kusumano. Who did I see? No, Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois took him out in 1 round. In Daniel Dubois' last fight, Kevin Larina, far better than Kasumano. Remember, Kevin Larina dropped Daniel a few times. Daniel's knee popped. When did Daniel's knee pop? Before he got dropped? So, yeah, if people are high on Cosimano, okay, put him in there with Kevin Larina. If you want to see levels, okay, put him in there with Kevin Larina. If you want to see levels, there's levels to this thing. Needs to buy himself a strip club or 2. Finance and pleasure sorted for life. Yeah, that would just lead to another divorce. So yeah, put him in there with Okosamano in there with Kevin Larina. Yeah, all right. So yeah, okay, we can see some levels there then. See some levels. If we're looking for levels, let's see some levels. What else is on the thumbnail? Let's bring up the thumbnail as a matter of fact, ratatata, so you can see for yourselves. Boom, boom, boom. Are you all right there, Leon Figures? How's it going? Okay, Leon's away from the mic. That's coolio. Okay, so what have we talked about? What have we not talked about? Okay, so we've decided that Jamal Charlo has 23% chance of winning. Deontay Wilder, why is he there? Why is Wilder there? Oh, because we just talked about, well, where's Ruiz? Okay, Wilder and Ruiz are there, so... And the reason they're on the thumbnail is because obviously Wilder called out, or Wilder reaffirmed or renewed. What does the title say? Ruiz responds to Wilder's offer. Oh yeah, Ruiz said, we're coming for you. We're coming. Okay, so does that mean they're actually going to fight? Have we even spoke about this? Did we even touch on this today? Did we touch on Wilder versus Ruiz today? Have we touched on it? Well, touching on it now. I hope it happens. I don't think we have touched on it. I hope it happens. I did the video earlier on, so it's got me thinking that I touched on it, but I haven't touched on it in this show, I don't believe. Yeah, so the offer's out there. Yeah, I talked about it a lot in the comments section of the video. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the video, check out the video. Let's have a look. Why not? Just meant you could take on some other fringe. What's this here? What is this here? What is that? Oh, that's that. No memento. Just got a notification. What's going on here? What's going on? Why not? Just meant he could take on some other fringe guys and see how he goes. The boy, big puncher, and the fight with Cosimano a little generously stopped early for me. I think you meant to say. Cosimano's at the bottom of the ocean, man. Cosimano ain't really a factor. He ain't really a factor. Got blown out by Daniel Dubois in one round. Just because he took out Kawanaki. Well, maybe taking out Kawanaki. Well, okay. Cosimano, his role then, if he has a role, his role would be. What the hell am I keep on getting these notifications for? Get out of here. His role would be for other fighters to pick him off. So cats like Fabian Wardley, Fraser Clark. Yeah. I guess you could have a role getting picked off by them guys. You know what I mean? He's got a bit of a name now. Maybe he could have. Maybe that's his role, to get picked off by some Brits. Bring him over, knock him over. He could be like a bit of a gatekeeper for the upcomers. Yeah, okay. Kasumani. But I mean, I really don't think he's that good at all. You know what I mean? But yeah, let him get picked off by your Fabio Wardleys and your Fraser Clarks, and put him in with David Adeleye. There you go. Put him in with David Adeleye. There you go. That might upset the apple cart, maybe, but do you want to upset the apple cart? I don't know. How we doing, Leon Figures? You good? Okay. That's all right. I think Leon Figures got the 5 guys in there. What did I have for dinner today? I had some black bean chicken. No, it was just chicken. No, that was for lunch. What did I have for dinner? Oh yeah, it was some beef in a black bean sauce, some rice, a little bit of rice, and a sweet potato. That, and of course, you know me, with every home meal, I got to add my spinach, just like Popeye used to do. Got to add my spinach, but I'm actually out of spinach right now. There's a few leaves left. Oh yeah, and carrots. I'm mixing up the spinach with the carrots. You know what I'm saying? Getting them veggies in. You know what I mean? Getting that nitric oxide high. Keeping my nitric oxide levels high. Anybody know why? Fine. Get your spinach and your carrots in, mate. If you want to push the boat out a bit further, get your beetroot in too. What did Wilder offer? 20% like he did to Ortiz? Well, he'd be a damn fool for that. Because you know, Andreas the Ponce Ruiz, he's another big belly. He's another big belly. You know? He's another big belly. That's just lunch money to him. So he gotta be offering some real dough if he wants to tempt Ruiz out. It's gotta be offering 5 mil minimum. 5 mil minimum. Remember, was it Dillian White who offered him 5 mil? Something like 5 mil to Ruiz, and that couldn't tempt him. He was still living it up off the Joshua money, buying a new car, seemed like every other month. I think he's settled with the Lamborghini Urus truck right about now. He said he's calmed down a bit. Tyson Fury will probably call Cosumano's name at some point over the next few weeks. So it's the only one who wanted it. He's the only man born from his mother's womb who actually stepped up to the plate. Stepped up to the plate. So, Wilder saying he made a generous offer. Cosumano is at the bottom of the ocean, like that submersible submarine. Cosumano's at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know if people got it misconstrued when they saw him against Kawanaki and thought he's higher than he is. But trust me, man, take a look at his record and you'll see that he's at the bottom of the ocean. But if he's got a bit of name and he's gotten people excited, well, so be it. Maybe he has got some people excited. If so, cool in the gang. People want to see him fight over here in the UK, bring him in for your Fraser Clarks. Yeah. Fabio Wardley. And, put him in there with Fraser Clark or Fabio Wardley. And maybe put him in with David Adeleye. Hold on a second. What the hell's going on here? OMG. What the hell's going on here? Oh, no. I got it mixed up. I thought that Kevin Lerena had already fought Cosumano, but no. If Cosumano has caused a stir and people want to see more of him, then, hey, bring him in for them cats that I just mentioned. Simples. Tyson Fury will probably call out I read that. Eddie to sign Cosumano to prop up a card versus Dave Allen. I don't think he should even be thinking about Dave Allen. I don't know what the hell Dave Allen's doing back on the scene. Really don't know. But no, if Cosumano's name's got hot, put him in with them guys. Fraser Clark, Fabio Wardley, and maybe David Adeleye. You could actually do it in that order. Well, no. Fabio Wardley, then Fraser Clark, then David Adeleye. Yeah, do that. People are excited about him. Do that. What's going on? So, Deontay Wilder versus Andreas the Ponce Ruiz. I hope it happens. If you want to see my full breakdown of that fight, I do it in the video. It's all up in the video. What else? Why is Usyk there? Is the big Dusser Luke's not there? Let's have a look for the big Dusser Luke. Let's do a little quick search for him. Tyson Fury. There. His name was there, then he disappeared and he's back. There we go. Big Dusser Fury. What's he saying here? Strange year for many reasons. Okay, so let's not listen to that. Let's have a look at this. What's he saying? What's he saying? Okay, well let's share this and let's read this. Where are we? Okay. Hopefully you can see that somewhat. Okay. Okay. Oops. All right. So Tyson Fury, right. Tyson Fury, the WBC heavyweight king. Can't wait till my next fight. I've been training daily from Christmas. Oh, training daily from Christmas. Okay, you're damn liar. Trying to get a fight. Tried many fighters and have had no luck. But that won't. Which fighters have you tried? Let's take this step by step. Which fighters have you tried? You haven't tried Alexander Usyk for Undisputed, have you? You tried not to make that fight. Once he agreed with it, I've done a video on it. Once Usyk agreed to your derisory 30% offer, you came back and said, okay. So you've accepted the offer. Okay, well, let's up the ante. How about this then? 30% and no rematch. You said that. You mocked him. I got videos on it. You mocked him for accepting 30%. So you can't come around now saying that you wanted that fight. You clearly didn't. You did everything within your power to have Alexander Usyk walk away from that deal. You openly did that. So you didn't want Usyk, so we strike him off. You heard that Anthony Joshua was fighting in August. Had a date in August. So you contact him and say, hey, let's fight in September. So you didn't want that fight either. Because you know Joshua was fighting in December. So obviously, August would be better. That's why he's fighting in August. Fine. I tried many fighters. We know you didn't. Who else have you tried? Give me one name. Give me a name. No, you can't because you're not trying anybody. Who is available to you? You got the likes of Bakoli. You got the likes of who else? What's the list of fighters you got what's his name? Frank Sanchez. You got Frank Sanchez. Coley, Frank Sanchez. Why are these names not rolling off my tongue? Hold on. Let's get a list up. WBC heavyweight. WBC heavyweight. Heavyweight rankings. Let's have a look. Heavyweight rankings. All right, let's have a look. Let's pull it up. Heavyweight rankings. What's this? WBO. IBF WBC. Okay, WBC. Let's share my screen. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Okay. Right, so WBC right here. Where is that? Let's move this up here. WBC right here. All right, so Tyson Fury, champion. 1. Deontay Wilder. You already fought him, fine. Andreas the Punch Ruiz. You said that he priced himself out because he wanted 30%. 20 million. I don't believe that. That's what you say. We haven't had any confirmation. They have denied. Team Ruiz have denied the allegation. And I believe Ruiz over you, Tyson or Luke, lying Luke Fury. Anthony Joshua is fighting in August. You sent him an offer for September. You know he's fighting in Saudi Arabia in December. So that was poppycock nonsense. Frank Sanchez, ranked number 4 and available. Have you contacted him? No. Makhmudov, 16 fights unbeaten, ranked number 5. Have you contacted him? No. You beat Dillian White the other day. Fair enough. Martin Bakole, in the ring. In the ring. Number 7. Have you contacted him? No. He said he's available. Kozobuski. Okay. I understand if nobody knows him over here. Gerald Anderson, a bit young for his thing, bit fresh for this thing, so fine. No. Joyce is out. Joseph Parker, why don't you fight your mate? Joseph Parker, why don't you fight your mate? Otto Valine, why don't you have a rematch with Valine? You rematch everybody else. Rematch Valine. Maybe not. I want to see this against somebody new. Cabayal, number 13. Luis Ortiz, I'm surprised you haven't gone for him. FAO Jagba, maybe not. So, who's there? Bakole, Makhmudov, Sanchez. You got 3 willing dance partners right there, all in the WBC top 10. Have you contacted them? No. So get the hell on up out of here. Hey, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on. Yeah. Get the hell out of here. Let's come out of that. What else did this cat say? What was that? Why is this on? I know. Why is this like that? I know. What else did he say? I've tried many fighters, and I've had no luck, but that won't keep me down. I'm blessed every day I wake up. I know God loves me, and everything will work out the way it should, as it always does. Can't wait for you all to see what I've got coming for you guys. It's show-stopping. Bloody hell. When he comes out with this drivel, it makes me worry. OMG. What's going on here? Tried their patience. Yeah. David Allen fighting again? Yes. Sadly so. Hergovic versus Fury. Herc already called him out. There you go. Fight Hergovic. He's available as well. He's not in the top 10. He's not in the WBC rankings, but he is available. As is Frank Sanchez, Makhmudov, Martin Bakole. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of guys who'll take that money off you, mate. No worries. Yes, he is that. Mad Chad up in the building. How do you do? Hope you're doing well, me old buddy. So what else is there? Is Tyson come out with? Does he come out with anything else? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Remember, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. So don't keep it to yourself. What's he saying here? Am I sharing this?
Morning run, kid drop off, and then I had to pick another child up over there, Isaac Lowe.
Oh, looking after you, mate.
I know. And now we're doing a nice little morning run, well, I am. And I just thought I'd get on here and say, positive Monday to you all. Don't let nothing ever hold you back. Don't let no one hold you down. Because today is Monday. Today's the day you can start anything fresh, no matter where you're coming from, no matter where you are in your life, no matter how down you are, how depressed you are, how anxious you are. Today's the day. Start day Monday. So get up and do something. Get off your ass and do it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You.
It's talking to you. You ain't talking to me. Can't be talking to me. Yeah. MC Hammer had a tune. Don't stop believing. Hang on to the feeling. Talking to you lot, not me. Oh gosh.
Do it. Today is your day. God bless everybody. See you all soon. Bin's done. All emptied. Take them to the tip. Second session of the day. Done. 2. What a lovely day. Bit windy, but what a place to run.
Hold on a second. Let's get this right. So he did 2 runs for the day. His first session was a run, and his second session was a run. OMG. What the hell is that all about?
The old Morecambe Bay. You know, lads. God bless everybody. Very, very blessed to be alive and living and in the era of Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. You know.
We're in the era of a guy who's running away for undisputed. Yeah, yo, Chad, while you're here, Mad Chad, while you're here, why is Tyson Fury running away from Usyk? Why is Tyson Fury running away from Usyk? I just want to hear. Maybe there's somebody with a different spin on it, but I would really love to know why. Why is this cat running away from undisputed? Because all he has to do to make it, is just to come up with a sensible, mind you. Maybe they're doing it in December. But it's really crazy to me that somebody who purports to be a man of the people is running away from the fight for undisputed. It just seems so incongruous. Because he knows Rabbit a lot, like Bugs Bunny. Bugs always win. OMG. He's running away from the gappy-toothed rabbit. But yeah, he's a man of the people. It just don't make no sense. I can't make no sense of it all. He ran to the pub and ran home from the pub. Oh dear. And stopped off at the chip shop. Scoffed the chips. Got home and says, "Where's my dinner? I'm hungry." Oh dear. It's got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. OMG. I mean, what's going on now? Let me do a little check. Microphone checker. Check 1, check 2. What's going on here? What's going on? Let's have a look. As Canelo. Why has Canelo signed? We've gone through that. Let's get rid of that. So Tyson saying he's got some big news coming. Let's get that back up on the screen. Because hit that like button, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Because you know, what's this message here? We're here for a good time, not a long time, but we've been here for a long time. What's going on? What have we covered? We've covered Canelo. Why is Canelo going to the zone? We've covered Deontay Wilder versus Ruiz. We've covered Canelo versus Jamel Charlo. Why is Usyk up here? Okay, we've covered why Big Dust of Fury is running away from Usyk. That leaves us with Joshua and Dillian White. What's there to say about that? Well, either White signs a contract or he don't. I mean, I don't think White's in a very good bargaining position right now if he don't accept the fight. And I heard it's a few million. So it's a decent amount. I heard it's a few million. So there's no reason not to accept it. But maybe Eddie's in two minds because this would definitely get Dillian White. Dillian White would definitely be up for this one. He looked flat against Fury. Looked very flat against Fury. Looked unimpressive against Fury. But I would imagine Dillian White would be highly enthusiastic and looking forward to maybe redeem himself somewhat against Joshua. Styles make fights. Dillian White says, well, listen, they got a rematch clause in there. I don't want a rematch. I just want just one fight, no rematch. Winner moves on. So Dillian White's hoping that if he gets in there and he takes care of Joshua, then he'll move on and he'll take Joshua's place in Saudi Arabia versus Deontay Wilder. Now, don't get it twisted. I hate the way Deontay Wilder ran away from Dillian White, but I don't think that's how it's going to play out. I don't think they want Dillian White in Saudi. I don't think he's a draw like Joshua. That's not how it works, my friend. I don't think you're the draw. They got Joshua in there because he's a draw after all. So I don't think that's how it works. So it's up to you, Dillian. You either take the fight and accept there's a rematch clause in there if you win or you don't, mate. You're not in a good bargaining position. Your display against Fury was not impressive. Sorry, my man. You got took out by another uppercut. You know what I mean? So you either sign it or you don't, mucker. That's what happens. They say you're only as good as your last fight, and your last fight was not scintillating, my old chum. The old chum. Let's have a look here. The only one of the four not to agree in terms is the Gypsy Queen. OMG. If Undisputed doesn't happen next, people should boycott Tyson Fury. Real talk. Real talk. Booger Sugar may have entered Greedy Belly's life once again. OMG. Virgil Ortiz versus Staniosis. Good fight. Look forward to that. Two come forward fighters. Damn, somebody's skull gonna get cracked in that one. OMG. Not literally speaking, of course, figuratively. Wilder versus Ruiz was called 6 months ago. Wilder and Fury just faking offers to try and stay relevant. That could be true. A lot of people feel that way. But when I look at the style matchups, for Wilder versus Ruiz, I have to say that the Ruiz looks like he's made to measure for Wilder. When I look at the style matchups, the way I can see Ruiz beating Wilder is if he used a peekaboo style, kind of like Mike Tyson peekaboo style. But you know what? I had a cursory glance at Ruiz's style, and he fights nothing like Mike Tyson. He leans from side to side a little bit, so he's not perfectly upright, but he ain't got no peekaboo style. And in comes man like the Mad Chad. Mad Chad, how do you do? Mad Chad on mute. Maybe my chat's not ready to talk right now. Maybe my chat's feeling shy right now. OMG. So that's a distinct possibility, but I hope not. And to be honest, it's possible, but I hope not. I hope that he's seriously interested. It's a real interest. And it's a real fight, and why not? Deontay Wilder arguably feels he needs another fight before December, and that's understandable because his last fight, Deontay Wilder's last fight was earlier on in the year, but it's only a one rounder. So I think it's entirely possible that Deontay Wilder feels like he could do with another fight before December. Let's have a look. What am I looking for here? What am I looking for here? And in comes, what's this? Doing Walmart internet. Dang Walmart internet. OMG. But in comes man like Jimmy. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, mate. Salute, bro. Hope you're doing well. I just got your notification, so you were cooking, so I thought I'd hit the link. I agree with you, bro. I think it's kind of frustrating for me because I'm a Dillian White fan, and it's like, dude, you've got like this massive opportunity to have a huge fight, and a fight that could save your career, really. You can't really like look. Joshua is who he is. He's the A side. Of course, he's going to control the negotiations more than you because not only is he a bigger star than you, but he also knocked you out when you fought, right? And Joshua's okay. He's got a mega fight with Deontay Wilder in Saudi, which is worth hundreds of millions, right, or whatever it is. He might fight Fury next year. It's like, bro, you don't have those kind of options. Guys like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, you don't have those mega fights. You're in a position where you really have to, take what you're given, kind of, And it's not like it's a small fight, bro. You'll make more money against Joshua than anyone in boxing right now. There's not another fight that has the commercial value or even the legacy right now for you that Joshua does. And hey, if you beat him, if you knock him out, boom, have a rubber match, right? You're one apiece, and then you could settle the score, which would be great for his career. I think Joshua's a guy he's got so many good deals with the zone, and he's still the ASAD and stuff. He could fight anyone, and make a massive amount of money. He's got the O2 Arena on lock. He's got the time slot with his own on lock as well. So he's the Joshua train's gonna keep moving. Like Dillian, who are you gonna fight, bro? Like Joe Joyce, he's not available because he lost. Tyson Fury won't rematch you. Deontay Wilder's waiting on AJ. I mean, there's literally no one there, bro. Like even Usyk's busy. So it's either Joshua or nobody really. So just sign the contract, man, because time's running out. And I've been a defender of Dillian White for a while, but come on, bro, you've just got to really just sign the contract and make the fight, because I'm actually looking forward to that fight. I think that's a big fight in the UK, and yeah, I mean, I think Joshua will knock him out, but I think it's a big fight for Dillian, and at this stage, bro, you just got to take these big opportunities because no one's going to make you more money than Joshua, and if you win, then you're king of the world, So just take it, bro. Either way, this is the best opportunity, whether it's legacy, money, or anything else. This is the fight. He should take it.
For real, real talk. And in comes the man like the mad Chad with the Walmart internet. Come on through, Chad.
Mr. Dawkins Combat Radio. OMG. This is some good stuff, Raph, man. Bringing a smile to my face, talking some relevant topics here, man. How you been, Raphael?
I'm good, man. I'm good, and my health's good, The sun is shining. We're in the middle of a heat wave over here in the UK. We've had constant sunshine almost for like 2 months now.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
So it feels like Florida down here, my friend. It feels like Florida. We ain't even got to go on holiday this year.
The holiday is the UK. That's what I'm hearing.
You know what I mean? So it's real good over here, my friend. So talk to me, my chat. Talk to me.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You know, just reading your banner there, Raph. You know, you're looking at, you know, the first one. You know, why Canelo signed with PBC?
Yeah.
I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure it out that David Benavidez, the Mexican Monsters, signed with the PBC. Yeah. You know, and Canelo is there to, I think, the Benavidez fight. I think that's a huge numbered fight. You know, Jimmy was mentioning, you know, this might do over $1 million, you know, $1.5 million. Who knows? I mean, the Mexican Monster versus the Mexican King, Raph. I think that's why he signed there, you know, and I think the Bivol offer was offered and all, and I'm very questioned about Bivol. I get his skills and all that, but I kind of feel like he might have a little prima donna in him, and I would love to see the Beterbiev Bivol. I think that needs to happen, but Beterbiev's got a nice fight coming up against Smith. You know what I mean, Raph? It's been a great year for boxing, a great year. Us hardcore boxing junkies, we can't even you know, fret one iota that this has been probably one of the best years in a long time. The way it could cap off, though, is once again, I hate that, you know, my Bill Lambert, my modern day Bill Lambert, I just dislike this guy. He's a liar. Everybody, God bless, I'm on my second run. Oh, yay, look at me. I'm Greedy Belly. I mean, that undisputed fight, that would just be the icing on the cake. I don't know why it's not happening. You know, Usyk went to the fight there. Usyk is calling him out, Greedy Belly. He's making fun of his little gap teeth, calling him a rabbit. It's right there. The money's to be made. Undisputed, the legacy, the people's champ, Fury. Make the fight happen. That's the only fight that's the biggest letdown for me. Yes, Beterbiev Bivol, I would love to see, but I don't know what's going on there. But that undisputed heavyweight, Raph. When's the last time we've had an undisputed heavyweight champion? And we're right there. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Lewis, 30 years ago, Lennox Lewis.
A whole different lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. Rafi was just a little baby in the cradle.
I mean, OMG. What world we living in, Raph? What's going on with that big gypsy fraud? Honestly, it's hard for, you know.
How can that guy have fans?
How? I don't get it. Jimmy was a big fanboy. Jimmy had the Tyson Fury poster and everything. He ripped it down. He said, "Enough's enough, you big liar."
Jimmy had the Tyson Fury keyring.
Yes, he had the bumper pole.
I was a fan.
Jimmy had it all, Raph. He had it all.
He had the keyring. He had the tank top.
Yeah, they kicked me out. They kicked me out of the club, bro. I'm banned from the Fury club now because when he made Chisora 3, I said, look, man, Chisora 3, put that on pay-per-view, charging me 30 quid. Oh, come on, bro. Like, you're kind of spitting on my face here. Like, you're pissing on me and telling me it's raining, you know? You know
yeah.
Right, Jimmy.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I understand that when Joshua got clipped by Ruiz, it hurt a lot of people over here in the UK and he got turned on. Fair enough. I understand. But then this cat, Luke Fury cat, he holds up the heavy. Yeah, OMG, Luke and Deontay. They held the heavyweight division up for 3 years, fighting each other exclusively. Well, almost exclusively. Held it up for 3 years. And then we think, well, okay, at least now, when all of that crap was over, the trilogy was over, at least now we get undisputed. And what does Luke do? He does everything in his power not to make it happen.
And he still has fans. This man still has fans that will defend him. I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it. It's hard to be a fan of somebody that's a heavyweight champion that is, you know, a world-class boxer with a chance to just put the nail in the coffin of all the doubters of Fury. I mean, he's the favorite to fight Little Rabbit. I mean, it just makes no sense why this fight wouldn't happen. Like I say, Raph, I can't wrap my head around it because I don't believe Fury's actually afraid of Rabbit. No. But Luke, I think, is questioning, do I really want to go in there with a little pinball bouncing around, hitting me and peppering me, and I'm not being able to lean on him because he's moving left to right and east to west, and he's all fucked up with the, little satanic looking eyes. He's got the same birthday as Muhammad Ali. He's got the same reach, the same height. He's won the first Muhammad Ali trophy. What am I dealing with? A Cassius Clay in here? He's southpaw. I think Fury knows that he has a little more than he can bite off fighting that little rabbit. And Rabbit's fighting Dubois. I think Dubois is going to get peppered. I can't say call out for a knockout because Usyk is just one of those peppery type, fighters there. But Usyk needs to stay busy. I'm disappointed with the Dubois fight there, but he's got to stay busy. But I'm way more disappointed in Fury because I thought this fight was happening. I thought it would be the Super Bowl fight of the ages, undisputed heavyweight, and this big Luke Greedy fraud belly, yellow belly. He's just let down the boxing world, and he's got to be losing steam. I don't know how he can talk about inspirational and all this when he's such a big fraud. The guy is just I can call a bullshit a fucking mile away. I knew this Conor McGregor was a psycho, sicko fucking whack job. I'm an Irish dude, and I'm like, fuck that little Irish leprechaun. I'll hit him in the face with a baseball bat. Conor McGregor's a scumbag. He's a fucking dirtbag, and look what he's just pulling off. I'm not good at a lot of things. I'm not educated, but I can call a fucking asshole out a mile a fucking way. I got a good asshole detector, and this fucking Tyson Fury and Conor McGregor, they'll end up in partnership together, those two scumbags, because that's what they are. They're two fucking lying, retarded fucking punks.
Jimmy,
I actually disagree.
Top that, Jimmy.
I actually disagree. No, I should a little bit disagree with you guys about the fans. I think Fury's fans are turning on him, bro. I mean, there was a massive backlash on TalkSport, on him. Yeah, True Geordie, who's a known Fury fanboy, he grilled him. A lot of the fans I speak to as well, they're sick of him. That's why Tyson Fury can't do another sort of mismatch and put it on pay-per-view, because from what I heard, the numbers were really bad in the Chisora fight on pay-per-view in the UK. And the kind of money that Fury wants, this is why they can't really stage a fight. I mean, it's been, 6-7 months since Fury fought. Why hasn't he fought again? It's because I don't think the fans will accept this kind of, the kind of horse shit that he's trying to sell. You
got Frank Sanchez. You got Frank Sanchez out there. You got Martin Bakoli. You got Magdalilov or whatever. You got there's fighters out there. I'm talking about the WBC top 10. There's top 15. There's fighters out there freely available, willing to fight. You got Frank Sanchez in the USA. You got Martin Bakoli over here. You got the guy in Malilov or whatever in Russia. There's fighters on almost every single continent who are ready and willing to fight Tyson Fury, but he's coming out with some crap about he's trying to make fights, and he ran away from Usyk. He ran away from the rabbits, the gap-toothed rabbits. He ran away. He literally said on tracks, it's on wax. He literally said, "Oh, okay. So you've agreed to 30%, have you? Okay, well, let's up the ante. 30% to no rematch."
Yeah.
He's telling you we don't want it.
I think the problem is, bro, you have to remember Tyson Fury. The last time he fought a short guy with some speed and skill was Steve Cunningham. And he looked really bad in that fight. Never since that fight, if you look at who he's been fighting, he's never fought that style again. And Usyk is, 10 times better than Cunningham.
Usyk, pound for pound, the best skilled boxer. He's a high definition Lomachenko. All this Lomachenko praise right from the get-go back when the Matrix. I'm thinking, check out the big fucking other fucking Ukrainian gap-tooth fucking motherfucker. This fucking Usyk is at a different level of boxing skills. He checks every box in the toolbox that a boxer should have, from work ethic to IQ to skill level to holding your breath underwater like Aquaman. This dude's a freak of nature, and Fury knows it. Fury runs fucking a half a mile and he's dying. Usyk runs a half a mile backwards. I mean, this guy's a whole different level athlete. He's a world-class athlete. He's probably one of the best athletes in the world. Let's just talk about the athleticism of Usyk. This dude can kick a soccer ball. He can do ballet. He can fucking mountain climb. He swims underwater with the dolphins. I mean, this motherfucker's an animal. Yep. And I just say he is my favorite fighter, and I want to see Undisputed so bad. I can't stand Tyson Fury, I wanted Wilder to knock his block off every time. I wanted this fucking Hellenius to knock him. No, not whoever he's fighting. Whoever fucking Fury's fighting, I want him to knock him out. And I'm done with the Fury. I'm just done with it. I don't even talk about him no more because he's so fucking irrelevant. He's become almost a fucking irrelevancy because everything he says is a fucking lie. I'm pardon my French. I got to work on my cussing, Raph. But this guy, it's a touchy subject with me because I love the sport of boxing. I think it's the greatest sport on earth. When you have a heavyweight king that's calling the people's champ, and you have a chance to do something that hasn't happened since the fucking Ice Age, and you're just gonna blabber, 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 go F yourself, Luke. You know what I mean, Raph? I'm done with him. I'm just done with that dude.
Well, I mean, if somebody telling me they're a Tyson Fury fan and they're down with what he's doing, which is blocking undisputed, to me, you're not a boxing fan.
No.
Yeah, because why would you be an enemy? Why would you be an enemy of your own entertainment? Like,
right, Jimmy, right.
The Fury Usyk fight is the number one fight in the division right now. I think it needs to happen because of the history of the sport and because of what the fans want. You know, it's the biggest fight in the division as far as legacy for Fury, and it's a good money fight as well. So, look, we know that the guys in the businessmen in Saudi, they'll pay him a boatload of gold. So it can't even be money because you'll get paid crazy money. It can't be legacy because it's undisputed, and it can't be fan demand because this is the number one fight the fans want. So it makes all the sense in the world. But look, bro, at the end of the day, Tyson Fury's got a little hustle running, you know. He feels like he can pretty much fight anyone and get paid well. You know, if I can make, I don't know, 20, 25 million fighting garbage men, why would I want to make, I don't know, 50 or 60 and then I lose? I can keep fighting 2 bombs a year and then get paid, you know, easy money instead of making a lot of money.
People are slowly turning now. They're not going to accept that, Jimmy.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. But I think that's his method, though.
Yeah,
and I think
it's worked for him. It's worked for him. He's done good. It's a nice method. Deontay Wilder used the same damn method. You know, fight a bomb every 6 months, and we're good. But that can only last for so long.
Yeah, especially the kind of money he wants. If he wants to keep getting paid the kind of money he wants, he has to fight an Usyk, and that's pretty much it, bro, at this stage, because Joshua and Wilder, they're locked in for December. He's already fought Dillian White, so it's either Usyk or nobody really.
Yeah,
but he might retire, bro. He might retire. For all we know, Tyson Fury in the next 10 days could announce his retirement and he could go to WWE. So
I'd rather him retire than hold up the division. Him and Wilder continue the division.
Yeah.
I like Tommy Fury more than fucking Tyson. I never thought I'd say it, but I like that fucking fucking cousin, whatever he is, and uncle. I don't know what they are. They're all fucking each other, those fucking weirdos. I mean, the fucking retarded Tommy Fury. I like him more than his big fraud, Luke belly, greedy, yellow belly, fucking retarded fuck. Honestly, retire.
I wish he would, because if he's not going to fight, just retire. You just block. He's continuing to block the division. To this day.
The best division in boxing, honest to God, Raph, I hate to be biased towards a division, but honestly, when world-class heavyweights, when AJ gets in the ring, when Usyk, with Fury, with Wilder, I feel like it's a Super Bowl. I stand up and I'm rubber-legged, I'm all gassed out before ranks. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, I feel like a kid again going to the fucking amusement park. You know, I get excited, but when you see the world class, the baddest on the planet step in the ring, especially when it's competitive, like an Usyk Fury, come on, fellas, it gets no better. And this dude's doing a complete disservice to the greatest sport on earth, and it's boxing. It's turned into a big drama show, a big coke fucking show, and Fury's the leader of the pack of the way the world's going, the way boxing's going. Enough's enough. Enough's enough.
100%, and the irony of it is that the Fury fans, they tried to mock Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua got into the ring 2 times against the guy you're scared to get in the ring 1 time.
Yes. Absolutely, a whole different level. I rate AJ ahead of fucking Tyson, and he hasn't. They were supposed to be undisputed. Remember that? I remember seeing a big post, AJ versus fucking Greedy Belly for undisputed. It was fucking signed, sealed, and delivered. I thought that evaporated. What happened there?
Well, because Fury came out and said, "Well, thank you, Prince Khalid. Everything's come together. I've had the paperwork. Everything's good.
Yeah.
And then the very next day, what the news was released that Deontay Wilder had he'd been adjudicated that he was entitled to a third fight with Tyson Fury, which Tyson Fury obviously knew all along. So they were just stringing the public along, and then he comes out the next day and says, "Oh, I'm very sorry about that.
Oh,
Deontay Wilder's got in the way."
OMG.
Forward.
OMG.
I was really looking forward to this fight. So once again, strong the public along once again.
He strung me along. I was so excited. I was telling my aunt. I saw my aunt at the supermarket. I remember. I'm like, "Hey, Aunt Sheila." She's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I can't believe we're gonna have Undisputed." She's like, "What do you mean?" I was just so excited. I saw the news, and I'm like, "Hey, this is gonna be a great fight, man." Fury, AJ. Wow, they're gonna blow the racks off the numbers. What a fight! All these UK motherfuckers are gonna be kicking the stall in to watch this fight. Wow, Undisputed. Unbelievable. Great move, Fury. Great for AJ. Let's go. Like you say, next day, let's just go try to see the fucking Titanic in a fucking little submarine made out of fucking carbon fucking fiber. I mean, you know what I mean? It was just a big implosion. I've seen so many explosions in my life. Tyson Fury is a fucking true word. His word should be implosion. This dude is a fucking walking implosion. Not only a liar, a fraud, a fucking deceiver, but he is definitely he epitomizes the word implosion.
Yeah. It's terrible, but certain people, they can't help but look through it now and see the reality. Sometimes people see what they want to see, and then other times they can wipe the shit out of their eyes and see reality. I think some people are wiping the shit out of their eyes and understanding that big belly Luke Fury, he don't want it, mate. He don't want it because mathematically, it's highly unlikely that he beats Usyk simply because Usyk throws double the amount of punches per round that Luke Fury does, and most heavyweights do. So on a mathematical level, it's almost impossible that Luke Fury beats Alexander Usyk unless he knocks him out, and Luke Fury ain't knocking him out. So mathematically, it's almost impossible for Luke to win that fight, and I think Luke knows that. And so hence why he's running away from the rabbit.
A rabbit. He run away from a cruiserweight, right? Okay. What honestly, I mean, he's run away from.
He's running away from a middleweight rabbit. That's what he calls him.
He called him a middleweight. He was like making fun of him and everything. It's like it got to the point where he has to just hold himself accountable. It's almost embarrassing. I think if you do so much cocaine, it burns out fucking certain shit in your brain. And I think that might be the case with the dude because he's almost got like some sort of autistic fucking something there. I just think it's the inbred, because there's a lot of inbreeding going over there with those fucking whack jobs. And, his uncle, So I don't know what it is with the dude, but he's definitely mentally disturbed. He's a joke. He's a clown. He's bad for boxing. And I'm glad that people across the pond are getting fed up because there are still a few speckled people that will call Usyk and Dark Fury's the face of boxing. It just makes you feel real smart hanging around with these type of people. I'm like, hey, there's people in cults that drink Kool-Aid that'll kill you, It's just some people see what they want to see, Raph, and it upsets me. I'm 53, and like I say, shit don't bother me. I don't have road rage no more when I drive. I don't let little shit bother me. I just hold this boxing sport at such a high standard, and like I say, this heavyweight division to me has always been, the Mike Tyson, the Allies, the Fraziers, the Norton, so on and so on, even Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. They are just the people I like to go see, and you have the fight parties and it's, big heavyweights in there with it's something to be said about the division and for someone to make such a mockery out of it and an embarrassment. And it's, I'm surprised that he's held on this long with the fan base. I'm surprised,
I'm very surprised. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the press over here, they're crazy. I mean, they'll mention a bunch of fighters who failed drug tests. They'll never mention Tyson Fury.
he's mesmerized. He's got the ESPN over here too. He wins Fighter of the Year. The ESPN people love him. It's like, I think because, you know, he carries the cross on Easter. He runs away, you know, always God bless you. He always plays, you know, it's hard for everybody.
Is he the great white? Is he the great white hope that made good? Is that what it is?
No, I think he's a deceiver. Like, if you just take sound clips out of him, he sounds inspirational, because that's how he kind of got me way back in the day. I enjoyed the Fighting Family. I enjoyed his story. I thought he was a highly skilled freakazoid, being that size of a man that could box like that. Yeah. And he had some personal problems, which everybody has, and he came back, and I'm a fan of Fury. And then I think there was the drug testing going on, and I think he got real kind of cocky all of a sudden. I don't know what it was, but the man kind of changed. And, you know, he used to talk a lot of shit, but he was kind of backing it up, Raph, you know? And and now it's just turned into a clown show. Like, almost, I want to compare him and McGregor. It was the same type of deal. McGregor was a badass motherfucker coming up through the rings. You know, put that UFC on his back and really made it, you know, talking about someone that really pushed the sport to the forefront of, you know, the general public. McGregor did more for the UFC than I can think of any other person. And I'm not too familiar with the UFC, but everybody knew Conor McGregor. He was fucking, and then whatever happened, though, something clicked or something glitched, and he went into complete fucking Fury mode. Like, he went into complete Luke McGregor.
Mayweather fight happened.
Yeah. And then it just went, but his whole shit went fucking shit.
Yeah, the money came in. The Mayweather money came in. He was never the same.
Everybody's the champ. They think their shit don't stink. The dude they said he took at that Miami Heat game in the NBA, Raph, did you hear anything about McGregor?
No.
Well, at the Miami Heat, they're playing in the championship NBA Finals against the Denver Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
They're playing a game in Miami, and Conor McGregor's pushing this shit, some sort of cologne or something he's selling. You know, he sold his fucking piss fucking whiskey, shit fucking whiskey, made billions of dollars off his whiskey. Yeah. So now he's got this cologne or something. And he, at halftime of the game, they brought him to center court to fucking kind of promote his thing or whatever.
Yeah.
The fucking Miami fans are booing. They're not doing good against Denver. Miami's not in the mood for McGregor. The fucking crowd starts booing him. Wow. So the Miami Heat mascot comes out. The mascot, you know, fucking now they dressed up in a costume. Fucking McGregor puts the fucking dude in the hospital. He fucking gives him a big right, knocks the fucking, you know, the mascot down. Who knows if it's a girl or a boy in the mascot? You don't know. It's covered up. He fucking cracks the fucking mascot. Then the mascot's flat on its back. He gives it a big sucker shot while it's laying on its back right in the face. Wow. So the fucking mascot had to go to the hospital. While the mascot's on its way to the hospital, he's going backstage. Him and his fucking cronies fucking put a girl in a stall. This is allegedly. This is all allegedly, right? Wow. He fucking tried to kiss her. He fucking then he tried to force her to have oral sex with her. She elbowed him, whatever, got out of there. And he's being investigated for like viciously trying to, you know, do whatever to a girl. And, you know, and this is after he assaulted the fucking mascot, you know. So he comes to Miami, complete fucking train wreck, Ralph. If you just type in Conor McGregor, you know, type in mascot fucking right back.
I heard all of that, but I didn't know it was all in one event.
Yeah, one event at the Miami fucking Denver Nuggets championship game. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. I heard about the mascot, but I thought he was supposed to punch the mascot and it went wrong. That's what I thought.
No, I think he fucked him right up. He sent him right to the hospital.
Wow. I didn't know he voluntarily punched the mascot for his own pleasure. I didn't know that.
I think maybe the first punch was maybe it was supposed to happen, but as the mascot was laying on its back, he gives it a fucking good fucking right to its head, you know?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. He's a dirtbag. He hit an old man. They you know, I guess he slapped an old dude that wouldn't take a drink of his whiskey or something. He hit an elderly dude.
I did a
what
video.
A fucking dirtbag.
That's crazy, man. Hitting, that was one of the big turning points for him when he hit the old man in a pub. And the worst thing is, or the best thing is, he didn't even rock the old man. The old man just carried on.
That's what they said. OMG.
The old man just looked at him and said, "Is that all you got?" Took another sip of his Guinness.
Yeah. Take your fucking shit whiskey and shove it up your ass, fucking Luke. I think he called him Luke.
But it's real sad out here with the heavyweight division. I think Luke's gonna have to step up and do the right thing.
He's not gonna. Wishful thinking, Ralph.
He's gonna have to be forced somehow.
Is Kennehan gonna have to get a hold of him? Is Kennehan gonna have to make the call and say, "Listen, Luke"?
He's gonna have to say, "Listen, you big dosser, big dosser." You're a disgrace to Ireland. You're a disgrace to England.
Yeah.
You're a disgrace to the boxing community. This is not what we signed up for.
Right.
Remember that money I gave you to buy the new
money? MTK Global's got to say something about this fucking clown. Honestly, maybe that's the key to it. Maybe someone's got to reach out to Kennehan.
They're gonna have to pay him a visit. They're gonna have to, put a donkey's head in the post. Something, put a donkey's head in the post for him.
Just let him know something's going on here, Luke. You gotta make a move. This ain't what we signed up for. We're not a bunch of pussy ducking. We're not afraid of a rabbit. We kill people over here, Luke. We're fucking the Kennehans. We're Mac the fucking knife, brother. Did you remember we're Mac the fucking knife? You big fucking greedy belly cocksucker. You better fight. I think that's the key to it.
Yeah, somebody's got to talk to him. Somebody influential.
Not his dad. His dad suffered some sort of fucking brain injury, I think, too.
Yeah. His dad's lost it. Not his dad, but somebody who he admires and respects. They're gonna have to
Kennehan. I think he likes Kennehan. I think he might, really look up to Kennehan.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Kennehan and say, please, your boy Luke is disgracing.
Making you guys look bad. He's making you guys look real fucking bad.
Making Ireland look bad, making the
real bad.
Come on now. Let's get the bloody fight over the line. Come on.
That should be the battle cry. Not that he's a duck, liar, dirtbag, scumbag. You're just making us look bad. And call him champ. We got to build him up. Come on, champ. You're making us look bad. You're the best. Come on. That's what he needs to hear.
Come on, champ. Nobody can do it. We need you.
And you're making us look bad. Come on. Name my son Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury Smith. And now, come on, I might have to change the kid's fucking name. I mean, come on. You're the champ. You're the baddest man you're the best heavyweight that ever lived. Come on, you're making us look bad.
You're the best of this era or any other.
The best ever. The best ever.
Ever. And we got to do this, champ. Come on, champ. We need you to put this gappy tooth in it. We need the gappy tooth rabbit back in his pen. You know what I mean? Back in his pen over in the Ukraine. Come on, we need you.
Amen. And we could read him a Bible verse. You know what I mean?
Read him a Bible verse. I don't know which one. St. Luke, something from Luke.
Oh, something from Luke for sure.
Something from Luke. You know what I'm saying? And,
I think that's the way to his heart. But Kennehan, like you say, realistically, is probably someone outside his, inbred family that could reach out to him and kind of just say, "You're making us look bad, kid." We did, like you said, we didn't sign up for this ducking bullshit. You're the baddest man on the planet, kid, and you got this little fucking rabbit, calling you out and shit, calling you greedy belly. Really? Don't you want to beat him up? He challenged you to a bare knuckle street fight. Usyk sent him Usyk said, "I'll fight you in a bare knuckle." We don't need to even go in the ring. Let's bare knuckle. When he was at that fight with that fight he went to and Fury was there, he wanted to fight Fury bare knuckle. That's a fact. That's a definite fact. Usyk said, "We don't have to no 70-30, no 80-20. Let's just go bare knuckle, me and you." And Fury did not have no fucking part of it. That's a fact. Usyk has challenged him to a bare knuckle fight. The Gypsies are known to be bare knuckle motherfuckers. And this Ukrainian drug cheat, honest to God, he's like Barry Bonds. Is fucking. Maybe Fury's scared for a reason. He's like, look at this dude. He's like Barry Bonds. Look at his head's getting bigger. He's a fucking laboratory fucking Ukrainian fucking wow. I don't know, but he doesn't get tired. He holds his breath underwater for 17 minutes. I mean, Fury's probably like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, we don't need any gappy tooth rabbits around here. You know what I mean? We don't need
Fucking
any
on the fucking Chernobyl gas. Honestly, do you think Usyk is on anything? I mean, I know you. I don't know, but I know what drug cheats are everywhere through boxing. Victor Conte and Snack. Everybody's a snack fighter, and this Victor Conte is one of the biggest drug cheats that ever walked the planet Earth.
Yeah.
And I know the Russian doping agency, the Russian, the Olympians, they have the best state-run governmental doping agency. There's been no more banned athletes and more tested positive athletes than the Russians. Believe me, if there's a war, they're dropping the nuke. These Russians hate to lose and they want to win at all costs. And I just think Usyk is definitely on some sort of growth hormone. I see the same structural things like with Barry Bonds when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then he just kind of transformed when he got to the Giants. And I see Usyk, middleweight Usyk lost to fucking Porter in the amateurs, someone telling me. And now this motherfucker is kind of like, I don't know. That's just my take on it. I think he's definitely on the Barry Bonds. And, he's had few injuries there where he's missed fights. And I'm thinking, because if you piss in a cup, it melts.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's from the right part of the world. He's from the right part of the world for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Them cats over there, they're raised. They have that stuff in the shredded wheat. You know what I'm saying? They have that stuff in the Cheerios. So is he on something? Highly probable. I'd say more than probable.
Right, like I'm saying, I can't claim for sure. Like I don't know if
this is in the right part of the world. He's in the right part of the world. That's where it came from. The motto came from: if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Come on, let's be honest.
His trainer Lomachenko, the Papachenko, I mean, he was knee deep in that whole, he was, knee deep in with all that, head doctors, head nutritionist.
Yes.
Victor Contes of Russia, the snack of Russia.
Hell yeah. I mean, if anybody,
Heredia. David Benavidez has no problem anymore. Now he's with that Heredia. He was with Snack. I mean, they're fine tooth and they're trying to get a leg up with that much money involved, Raph. Look at the horse race in that. Bob Baffert. He just won the Kentucky Derby this year. His horse died the same day. Another horse. He's been busted cheating. I don't know how many times.
Wow.
But he still goes on because it's so much money in horse racing. Everybody's trying to cheat.
Dang. I mean, like I say, Russia and its satellite countries. I mean, come on. They embrace that stuff in the Olympics for decades. For decades. So for anybody to be so naive to think that they're not at the cutting edge when it comes to
they hit space first. I think they got to space before the US.
Dang. So if anybody's so deluded they don't realize that them cats over there, they take their vitamins seriously.
They take their Flintstone vitamins every day.
They take their Flintstone vitamins in a multicolored Cheerios. You know what I mean?
With that nuclear fucking color. It's like the neon colored Cheerios. They glow.
Yeah, them glowing Cheerios, man. Them glowing Cheerios. But you know something, Mad Chad, it's been a pleasure having you over here. We're approaching midnight over here.
Yeah, we're rocking, Raph. And thank you for having me, brother. And, it's always a pleasure to hear you talking boxing. And enough's enough with Fury. And I wish you nothing but the best, Raph. Keep doing what you're doing. Health and prosperity to you and your loved ones. And Leon, everybody in your chat, always high IQ boxing over here, Raph. And much respect from Portland, Maine. And once again, thank you, Raph, and have a great, great evening and sweet dreams. Brush your teeth, say your prayers, and do your thing, brother.
Okay, that's much appreciation going out to the Mad Chad. He's got his own channel. For sure, check him out. Much appreciation. Thank you very much for the kind words. It's approaching midnight over here. Went longer than I'd anticipated, but when Mad Chad's in town, got to get him on up in here. Always welcome over here. I tune into your stuff as well from time to time permitting. But yes, I had to have Mad Chad on, and that was highly, highly entertaining chat from the Mad Chad and the Jimmy. And I think the Leon Figures, pretty sure the Leon Figures ate his 5 guys and then fell asleep. But it was good. It was good to have the Leon up here bright and early. Got the chat going bright and early. Then in came the Iron Kong 26. Got his own channel for sure. Check him out. He spent some time with us. Then in came the Mad Chad. Then in came the Jimmy. So much appreciation to all our panelists. And much appreciation, of course, to everybody who came in here and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. I'm pretty sure that we've chopped this thing up finely, chopped it finer than garlic. You know, them real thin strips of garlic, we chopped it up finely. What else? What else do we have? What other comments did we have up in here? We got a bunch of comments up in here. Just clicking on them so you can read them at your leisure. Anytime, in the present, in the past, or the future. What we got here? He's high on natural. He's high on life. Well, it's high on something. Marveloso. We've done it. We've covered everything. Let's get the thumbnail back up in here. Stop sharing that. Oh, I think that was probably the thumbnail, though. Start sharing this. And I think you'll find that we covered everything I set out to cover. Canelo Alvarez. Why did he go to PBC? We covered that. Deontay Wilder versus Andreas the Punch Ruiz, a possibility. We covered that. Jamal Charlo. How much of a chance does he have against Canelo Alvarez after being out of the ring? After being out of the ring for in excess of 2 years. What happened to Leon? Leon, I'm pretty sure Leon ate his 5 guys and then fell asleep. Which is cool. At least he took his time out to join us. We got my chat, Rafi, Leon, chat, Kong. Absolutement. Great show indeed. Had some big fun. And then, of course, we talked about Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. If Dillian White don't take it, then, you know, that's on him. And then we talked about the gappy-toothed rabbit from the Ukraine. Is he on the special vitamins? Comes from that part of the world. Is he on the special vitamins? Well, he might be. Still, where is Luke? Is Luke going to stop running? Is Luke ever going to stop running? Said he trained 2 times in one day. In the morning, he did some running. And then in the evening, he did some more running. Is Luke going to stop running from the rabbit? The gappy-toothed rabbit? You tell me. Leon, are you there? I know you're sleeping. Leon is sleeping, but it's still great of him to jump on in. Is Luke going to stop running away from the gappy-toothed rabbit? Highly unlikely. Okay, so there it is. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it is the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And we are out. Blessed.